Hi, my name is Danny. Here's my sign name in ASL and JSL. I'd like to continue with Japanese car companies. Honda. Here is the kanji and the spelling and the Japanese finger spelling of Honda. Honda. I've been asking my deaf Japanese friends, and most of them said the Japanese sign language for Honda is this. Another sign is this. Now, do you remember the da in Toyota? Well, the same thing. In Honda, it means rice field. The first kanji, hon, can mean many different words. For instance, book, root, base, source, or original. Doing some research, I found that original rice field made the most sense for the origin of this name. Honda can mean the original rice field, which was founded many years ago. Again, here is the Japanese sign language for Honda, and here's the second variation. The founder of Honda is Soichiro Honda. Before he founded Honda, he started a different company, Tokai Seiki Company. He was fascinated with motorcycles and got a job at a garage, and he worked very well with his hands. He learned the many different parts. He made piston rings for cars. He decided to sell his piston rings to Toyota. Toyota was interested in his piston rings, but upon inspection, they did not meet their quality and standards. So Ichiro was disheartened. At the age of 28, he decided to go back to school. He was quite old at that time to be in college. He did his best with his studies, but he wasn't the brightest star in class, and very much like Naruto, he did not like studying. The other students around him also made fun of him and his designs. But he continued with his studies, and after graduation, he remade his piston rings. This time, he didn't sell to Toyota, but to the Japanese government. This was during World War II, and the Japanese government was looking for manufacturers to help supply them with goods. However, an American US bomber flew over and destroyed the factory. A year later, he created a new factory in Itawa, but then it was destroyed by an earthquake. He lost 2 factories within a few years. He decided to get out of the business and sell the remaining parts of his factory and land to Toyota for $5,000. He decided to focus on his true love, which was motorcycles. His main goal was to have his motorcycles compete in the Isle of Man competition, located in the UK. His team competed against British and Italian motorcycles, but did not even come close to winning. His team regrouped, focused on improving their bikes, and entering the competition again for the next year. This time, they won second place. And the following year, they won consecutively. And the whole world started to recognize Honda's motorcycles and Japanese engineering. Honda wanted to continue to make fast motorcycles. However, his business partner, Takeo Fujisawa, advised him to not focus on speed, but to focus on a different market. Instead of marketing to Japanese men, they should focus on Japanese women, particularly salarymen's wives. In Japanese culture, it is typical for salarymen to go to work and earn their wage, while wives often have to take care of the house, the electricity bills, gas bills, water bills, and buying food, so they are in control of the money. So Takeo suggested that Honda should make cute motorcycles, which were easy to ride. So they made the Honda Super Cub. Many housewives really liked this small motorcycle. The form was very cute and easy for them to control. Very smart on Fujisawa's part. Sales increased in Japan. However, Soichiro really wanted to sell to America. He knew he had to compete with Harley-Davidson and image of Harley-Davidson riders. But instead of competing for the bad boy image, they decided to focus on the average American. Your average American Joe who goes to school, college, or commutes from home to work. And they brought the Super Cub to America, and it eventually sold very well. Their campaign ad, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda," really resonated with people, which is a complete opposite image of a typical Harley-Davidson rider. Honda focused on your typical average American John and Jane. This eventually led to Honda having a huge market in America and eventually would produce more motorcycles than Harley-Davidson. With strong sales in motorcycles, Honda decided to make cars, and their first vehicle was the K-Truck. K-Trucks are known for being very low cost and are taxed very low by the Japanese government. Eventually, Honda went to make the Honda Civic, the Honda Accord, and many other popular cars. In 1986, Honda came up with a new idea. Instead of making vehicles just for your average person, they decided to make luxury cars and created ACUR. ACUR is not a separate company, but a luxury vehicle division of Honda to entice the rich and wealthy market. Honda eventually inspired fellow Japanese automakers Toyota and Nissan to create their line of luxury vehicles, for instance, Lexus and INFINI. Here are a few Honda vehicles which are sold only in Japan and maybe a few other countries. It's too bad they don't sell in America. Honda's famous quote, "Success represents the 1% of your work, which results from 99% of failure." So let's review. How do you sign Honda in Japanese Sign Language? Like this or like this? Maybe Nissan or Mitsubishi, but we'll see. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'm always happy to receive your comments and questions. And please help me by sharing my videos with your friends. Thank you.